The website we're going to walk through today is learningforjustice.org. It is formerly known as Teaching Tolerance, and they have just kind of made the shift in their name and their website in the past year and a half or so. So Learning for Justice is a collection of resources for educators that touch on topics that sometimes you need more support with discussion in your classroom, from hitting hard history to social and emotional topics. There's all kinds of different resources for teachers. Learning for Justice has been around as Teaching for Tolerance for a very long time. I have used this in my classroom probably for the last 15 years or so in different lessons that I teach in social studies and in language arts. So here in Learning for Justice for classroom resources, there's so many resources for teachers. If you click on lessons, they have lessons instead of just these lessons are already prepared, so you don't have to do a bunch of research behind it. They give you a lot of the background if you need it. You can search specific topics if you want to, or you can filter out your lessons, which was really nice. So if you're looking for K2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and they're definitely age appropriate when you are looking for something specific. If I'm going to pick 6, 8, I'm looking for, let's say, justice, and I want to cover history and maybe some reading language arts, and I want to look at immigration. I can apply filters, and it will sort out the lessons for me, showing what I have that applies to that. It's like language of immigration debate, and it tells you here for the grade levels that you're looking for, so you can search through your objectives, your essential questions. And sometimes I stop there. I don't even use all of the resources. Sometimes I'm looking for essential questions for my students and vocabulary, and that's a starting point. I may not use all of the information, but they have it there. You can go through procedures. It walks you through the information you need for your students, and then other links that can help you with the lesson. There is just a great collection of information here. And you can pick and choose what's appropriate for your classroom. So sometimes you may just do bits and pieces of a lesson. They also have learning plans set up where you can go through and sign up and find different learning plans for your students, from Maya Angelou to treating people kindly. They have all different topics and they walk you through the different pieces, answering kind of questions. They also have student texts where they have resources where students can read or find primary sources. They have student tasks, which is kind of cool. And that kind of puts students out there to, depending on the topic, so do something or write to the source. So if you're going to look for, if you're doing more of argumentative writing in your classroom, they have ways to set up explanatory and comparative text in your classroom if you're looking for argument comparative writing. So these lessons are set up. It's not just for social studies. There are plenty of different content areas that can use Learning for Justice in the classroom. They have a collection for teaching strategies, learning plan builder. That's where you can put things together, and it kind of helps you set all of your information up. Something I have been using forever. We kind of joked about this in the podcast this week. I have used this One Survivor Remembers video when it was back on VHS, when Learning for Justice actually had VHS tapes that they would share with teachers, and these awesome kits. And when you click on it, it goes through and has so many different great ways of supporting teachers in the classroom and having resources for teachers in the classroom. So that is all there with these different film kits. And now they are no longer on VHS. They are, you can stream them, which is awesome. Another resource they have for teachers is printable posters. I have several of these in my classroom. If you can find colored ink somewhere, you can find the cool posters that you can put up in your classroom. So again, just so many resources and helpful things to help these discussion points in your classroom. For educators, they run workshops. They have different guides, self-guided learning, webinars. Oftentimes in the summer with my staff, I offer, and we kind of walk through some of the webinars together. So that way you can discuss, you can watch them and have group discussion on different topics, and where to start from and what your school needs. There's also podcasts. We love a good podcast. So they have those available as well as teacher resources, educating those around us. And then every year they have their quarterly magazine that they will mail to you if you like it, or they have them digitally. And that comes out just with additional ideas and lessons. So Learning for Justice So many different great resources, lessons, and support for teachers with topics that are not always easy to talk about in classrooms, and making sure that you're meeting all of your students' needs and that everyone is feeling a part of your community. And lots of great primary sources and discussion points that you can use. So check out Learning for Justice. I'm sure you will find some things that you can use and support you as a teacher.